Okay guys, here she is. Today I'm gonna change out this heater core. I've got the dash taken out. I'm sitting right here, and that little molding or whatever you call it goes right here, and you have to take it off. It's just 6 screws that come right out, and then you have access to the heater core, which is right there. So I'm doing this today. It's February, I don't know what, 22nd, 23rd, something like that. And my heater went the other day, so that's rough. I mean, we are in Tennessee, but even in Tennessee, it gets a little cold here in the summertime. So I mean, in the wintertime, February. So you know, can't drive without the windshield defrosted. So working on this. This truck's been it's been a challenge. So if you've seen the first vlog, you saw how it got started, and then after that, what happened was the motor blew. I thought I had bad head gasket, and you know, the coolant started bubbling and stuff. And I didn't really drive it much, but brought it to my mechanic, and he started taking it apart and told me I had a cracked engine block. So that put this whole project on hold for a really long time. We had to find a new motor, used motor. Found a motor with 160,000 miles out of a like 96 Suburban, nice 5.7, and put it in. And so I got it back, and I've been just slowly but surely working on things. And one of the things that I found, guys, when you buy an old vehicle like this, nothing's really easy. I got all the headlights fixed, and then, you know, I did that back in August, and now my front headlight went out. So I changed the bulb, still out. So I changed the pigtail, still out. And so it comes on and it flickers and it goes off. So that's one thing I'm dealing with. The wipers broke in the middle of a rainstorm. So I put them back together, took the cowl out and put it all back together. And then the next day it was raining and they came apart again. And so I had to redo the whole thing and look at it and say, why is this? Why did the linkage come apart? And so I wound up, I don't know why exactly it came apart, but I put some zip ties around the linkage to hold it in place, and now it's fine. The only problem is, for whatever reason, I lost my intermittent speeds. And when I shut them off, they'll stop sometimes in the middle of the glass, sometimes at the bottom. So it's like, I don't know what I did wrong. So today, I'm going to be putting on some of these wheel spacers. They're 2-inch wheel spacers, hub-centric wheel spacers that I got from Titan Wheel Accessories. My driveway is the absolute worst, so I'm parked like this. It's not ideal, but this is just a ski slope. And yeah, hopefully I can get these wheel spacers on today without too much trouble, and kick the tires out a little bit. And man, I didn't plan on doing anything with the brakes today, but that looks terrible. That whole thing's gonna need to be replaced. And yeah, different day. Wheel spacers today. Who would have thought my skills as a painter would have come in so handy here as a auto mechanic and things. This driveway was just too much of a pain, so I relocated. There she is.
I want to make sure I got everything first.
Getting ready to pull this bed off. Swap out the fuel pump. There it goes. She's loose. There's an old fuel pump. This is looking nice. Not so nice. That's broken. There's a new one. Looks real nice. And here's Dre. Dre's the guy that put the motor in this thing. Heck of a mechanic.
Where'd the screw go?
Bed's back on. What screw?
For right here.
Oh, I took it.
Okay.
You want to shoot it back in there? Or?
Well, I was going to put it in this side. 'Cause
Okay.
This side actually has.
Here you go. Got a headlight fixed while we were at it as well. What's up, guys? So today I'm working on the actuators. Right now I'm doing the mode door actuator, which is actually, I already put it all back together, but it's right up in there. That's it. It was just 2 bolts in a wiring harness. I don't know if you can see all that or not, but it was real easy to do. I had to take this panel of the dash off. I just put it back on. Probably should have left it for you, but whatever. Because I had already done the door blend actuator, which is over here somewhere. I did it a couple weeks ago, and there it is. This is it. That's the door blend actuator. And so you just have to kind of take the dash apart. First thing I did was the heater core, then the door blend actuator. And all these videos are, you know, on YouTube, so it's real easy. They show you how to do everything, and you just get this little ratchet here. And you know, it's just a matter of taking out a handful of little bolts, and the dash comes right apart, and it was real easy to swap out the actuators. But I did the first one, door blend, and it didn't fix the heat. I did the heater core, it didn't fix the heat. Then I bought, there's 2 more actuators, mode door and one other one. So I bought mode door, and then I brought the truck to my mechanic, and he actually said to me, well, what's the truck running at? And I was like, well, I have no idea. So we fired it up, and he just watched it idle, and he's like, it's running cold, so it's real good for the truck, but not so good for you in the winter time, so probably just need a new thermostat. So he seems to think that if I just replace the thermostat, I won't even have to worry about these actuators. But I did 2 out of the 3 anyways, because I had already bought them, and it's easy enough, and I'm hoping that I'll have decent heat and stuff after this. And so that's what we're doing, just putting the dash back together today. Gonna go get a thermostat and put that in. Having some fun working on it. You actually might even notice that I cleared out some room here in my garage, so I can get this whole truck right in the garage. It's not all the way in there now, it's still sticking out a little bit, but I could back her right up in here. I just like having the door open and working on it. There she is. Had to move some things around. It's getting a little cluttered up in here. I'm taking a trip to the dump today and haul some of this crap out of here. Create some space. Get myself some room to work. Oh, just removed the thermostat housing. Took out the old thermostat. There it is. That looks like she could use a replacing. And real easy to do. It's just 2 bolts right there, 1 on each side. Put a drain pan underneath. Caught most of it right in there. And probably just have to top off the coolant once I'm done. Here's my new one. Sucker's gonna be good as new. What's up, guys? So change things around. This tailgate, man, these old trucks are just so problematic. First it was sticking on the left side, so I busted out the trusty old hammer and gave that sucker a whack or 2, loosened it up, and then the tailgate was working fine. Then it started getting stuck over here, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna put this thing in my garage. So there she sits. I might make a bench out of her, I don't know. There's the tailgate. And I went with this just ProNet type deal. I've seen the ProNet brand, which I think will probably be a little bit better, but those were like 100 and something bucks. And I got this bully for about 30 bucks. I got this rear bar here. It's from the same manufacturer that makes the back rack. It's like a low profile ladder rack setup. You can bungee them to that rear bar as well as that right there, and then when you're not hauling ladders around, your truck doesn't even look like a work truck. So I love that setup. I had it on my 97 F-150 way back in 2006, 2007 up in Massachusetts. Got the original tires on right there, and rims that were on there when I bought it. I had to have brakes put on and stuff, so I took the wheel spacers off the rear, and just look at how deep that tire is in that wheel well. It just disappears. It's so far in there, man. Those actually do have wheel spacers on. So right now the front tires are sticking out a little bit further. Got out the spray gun and just cleaned her up a bit. Just went over this side again and cleaned up the hood. And I got an American flag hood wrap that I bought off Amazon. And I started trying to put some vinyl on. I started with just the door panel with just a piece of black vinyl, and I thought it might be easier than trying to do the hood. And I said, you know what? I can't put this hood wrap on. So now I'm looking for someone to install a hood wrap.